guys, welcome back for another ASMR video. Today I'll be showing you guys my Fire Emblem Heroes Barracks. This is a video I've wanted to do for a while, but I wanted to wait for a few things. One of those things being the new update, which basically got rid of negative aspects of your units if you were able to merge them, which fixed a lot of my units and made them not look so crappy. Another thing I wanted to wait for was the nice second anniversary background. As you can see here, there's like streamers and stuff all around. So I'll go ahead and show off my ally list. So I've played every day for the last 2 years and like a month. I try not to spend too much money, and relatively I don't, compared to a lot of other people that play this game. A lot of people that play this game put in like hundreds of dollars a month, and they have like plus 10 5-stars all over the place. I don't do that, so I only have one plus 10 5-star, and it was a free-to-play unit, so sorry, just got a drink of water. Okay, so let me show you my units. My first unit is Alphonse, the main character. He's probably he is the only main character of this game that I've put any effort into building. I don't know why. He's not good at all. Next is my Marth. Marth was the first Fire Emblem character I ever saw in Super Smash Brothers. And he was one of my first units in this game. So, I built him up kind of for that sole purpose. It's a very standard build, and I haven't even gotten around to giving him his refined weapon. I probably won't. Next is my legendary Marth. This version of Marth is significantly better. I use him in my Ether raids along with my Robin. They have very great synergy together. One of my favorite units to use. Next is Tobin, and he's not really worth going over. I haven't built him up, mostly because he's not very good. Next is my brave Celica. She wasn't my free summon for the second Choose Your Legends. I just happened to pull one that was neutral IVs. I don't use her very much, but she's a pretty good unit. Next up we have Saber. I was lucky enough to pull a second Saber. So, I believe he was minus defense, which kind of sucks. But now he's pretty good. His refine is absolutely amazing. He's such a great unit. Next is my Sylvia. Probably one of my least used dancers, although, looking at her, she's probably one of my better ones. Next is my Leaf. I really like Leaf as a character. I think it's funny that he's the only Fire Emblem Lord that has a regular color of hair. So I actually pulled 2 minus attack plus speed Leafs, and I was kind of bummed out. it really worked out after the update came around. So now he's just plus speed. I'm planning on maybe giving him Fury instead of this. Because in things like Tempest Trials, his S strength kind of negates having, not full HP. Next is my Lyn, one of my first characters that I got in this game. Refine is awesome, and I don't use her as much as I'd like, which is the case with a lot of characters in my barracks. This Carla is pretty standard. I don't think I gave her anything too incredible. I think all I did was give her drawback. Here's my Lloyd. I really like the Black Fang from Fire Emblem 7. So I've built up all of the Black Fang members that I have. Unfortunately, I don't roll any extra hectors like ever. So I'm kind of unable to give him a distant counter, which is sort of what Lloyd needs, given that he has such high res and such low defense. This is one of my merge projects. Erica was the first Fire Emblem Lord that I played as in an actual Fire Emblem game. Currently I have every version of Erica, but this is the only one that I have the ability to, build up because I can't afford to whale for the 5-star versions, or 5-star exclusive versions. So I'm building this one up. Next up is Joshua, another Sacred Stones character. I gave him quick riposte, but that's about as much investment as I put into him. And I'm keeping this Joshua for close defense 3, which is a pretty good skill. Haven't used it yet. Here's my Marissa. I built her up as soon as she came out as a free unit, kind of a while ago. Marissa was one of my favorite characters to use in the Sacred Stone, so I had a lot of fun building her. Here's my Ike. Ike is a character, so when Ike first came out, I tried really hard to get him. All of my friends got him like day one. And so, it actually took me a really long time to get my Ike. He just refused to show up. I spent close to $100 maybe trying to get him. He didn't show up until much, much later. I recently just pulled another one, which is why he's merged. He was originally minus speed, which wasn't too bad. It's too bad that this version of Ike is definitely probably the worst version. This is Mia, another character I haven't really put any effort into building. She's just there, no reason to use her. This is my free version of Legendary Ike. Again, nothing special, really. So here's Chrom. I really like Chrom conceptually as a lord, a Fire Emblem lord. So I gave him his Refine and a couple of other things that he can make use of, like Fury and Renewal. This is a Lucina I pulled a long, long time ago. the skill inheritance that I used on her kind of sucks. It's kind of old. So, she's another character I have not used in a long, long time. This is Marth, quote unquote. Marth has been a free unit like 5 times. So, that's why she's merged. I haven't really, felt like building her up too much. Here's Corin. Plain vanilla, boring Corin. Nothing too special there. My Ryoma. One of the few 5-star units that I have that are more than plus 1 or plus 2. Excellent unit. He's really fun to use. This is a character I didn't think would be coming to Fire Emblem Heroes for a long, long time. But she actually came pretty quickly into the game. And I was really happy to pull a plus attack one. My Arden, nothing special. This is another one of my merge projects. Black Knight is one of the 3 characters that I use in my arena team. He's on plus 6, and I just need a few more grails to get another one to get him to plus 7. I pulled an extra winter Ephraim, so I can definitely give this guy some bold fighter, but I want to wait until I get an extra brave Ike. I'm sorry if you guys heard that. An extra brave Ike, so that I can make him a mixed phase unit, because right now quick riposte is definitely helping him out a lot. Here's my Roy. I pulled this Roy not too long ago, but I did actually pull a Roy, an extra brave Roy, when the first Choose Your Legends came out. He was also minus attack plus speed. Sadly, I used that Roy for fodder after I got this one. Because I didn't know about the merging update. Had I known about it, I definitely wouldn't have done it. Here's Roy's dad, Illywood. Also has kind of a set that I built up a long time ago, so now it's not very good. This is my legendary Erica. And she's a very, very fun unit to use. So I enjoy using her. Not any kind of skill inheritance, really. I'm just really glad that I pulled a plus attack minus res one. Here's my Seth. I was really happy when I found out Seth would be getting a personal weapon, but was kind of disappointed in what the weapon was, and definitely with what the refine was. Here's my better version of Crom. I was really happy when I pulled this Crom on my main account, mostly because of Sword Valor. I'm not a huge fan of grinding anymore in this game. I've grinded like so many units. So with skills like Sword Valor, I don't have to grind nearly as much. here's my Xander. I was really excited when he first came out because the only two games I had played before Fire Emblem Heroes were Fire Emblem Fates and Fire Emblem Awakening. So naturally, I kind of only wanted units from that game, and Xander was one of my favorites. Since Fire Emblem Heroes came out, I've been introduced to a lot more Fire Emblem games. Oh yeah, and then obviously I played Sacred Stones too before this game. I played Sacred Stones when I was 13 years old. And then I kind of took a break from Fire Emblem, and I think it was when Fates came out that I got back into it, so I think it was like 2016. My New Year's Gunthra, nothing special there. She's fun, she's a fun unit to use and all, it's just, I usually don't. My leg yarn, I think that's how you say it. I was really excited to pull this character, but I don't use her very often. And I'm kind of torn between merging this second one or, using her later for maybe chill attack or distant guard. She has a lot of good skills to pass on. So those units are always kind of hard because it's difficult to decide what you want to do with it. My Sheeta, also nothing too crazy. Elincia, pretty standard set. My flying Olivia is one of my most used dancers just because of the +3 to every stat when she uses dance. It's a pretty good skill. She also has guidance, which is awesome. My young Tiki. I don't use her very often because I have my old Tiki. And this version of Tiki is just better, in my opinion, because of lightning breath. And I think she has better defenses and better attack. It doesn't help that this Tiki is minus attack. Flora, nothing too amazing. Celica is one of my favorite Fire Emblem lords, and I was really happy when I got a Celica when she first came out. She was plus attack minus speed, which was a huge bummer. But luckily, I pulled another Celica recently on, I forgot what the banner was, but I pulled another Celica. So that was fixed, and now she's a much better unit. Sorry, it's getting a drink of water. Arvis. He's supposed to have Fury. I don't know why I took it off. So, I actually don't use Lilina anymore. But she's kind of an important unit to me because she was one of the first units that had me looking at other Fire Emblem games. I don't know what it is about her. She just got me very interested in, looking into other games. I think it's because she looks very unique compared to the characters I had seen before. And the art, I really like the art style. of a huge bummer. But, oh well. My lion, or leon, however you want to say it, another character that I thought kind of got the shaft, that I really wanted to be really good, but he's not. He's very niche. My Sanaki, that I haven't even gotten around to building. My Tharja. Really, really fun unit to use. She was actually my support unit for a while. But just the fact that she can't really take any hits kind of bothered me. I'm a very defensive player, as you'll see by some of my preferred units. My Morgan, nothing awesome there. My extra Morgan, don't know if I'm going to merge him or give him up for maybe dull ranged, his B skill. My Summer Leo, not very built up at all. My Erica, that shouldn't have existed. I remember a lot of people were complaining that they made Erica a dark mage. And I can kind of see it. It doesn't make any sense. She's such a cheerful person, and dark mages usually are not very cheerful. My Titania, didn't build her very much. And here we have my support unit, Leo. Leo is a character I've wanted since this game came out. But I pulled my Leo maybe like a month and a half ago. Which is crazy that it took so long. I was lucky enough to get 2. He was originally plus defense minus res, which kind of bummed me out at first, until I realized that his main weapon works with defense. So, I use this unit for everything. Especially in Ether raids, he's a great counter for Legendary Lyn. He's a great counter for Levin. He's a great counter for green mages, bow users, dagger users. Under certain conditions, he even does well against like blue mages. So he's one of my absolute favorite units to use. My Tana, or my Summer Tana. Tana is one of the only Sacred Stones characters that I summon on, I don't want to say a regular basis, but Tana's one of the only characters that ever shows up from Sacred Stones. It seems like all the Sacred Stones characters kind of hate me. So if they're not free, it's going to take a while to summon them. When regular Erica first came out, it took me like a month to summon her, which was crazy, because back when the game first came out, there weren't that many units. So the fact that it took that long kind of blows my mind. And then when we get to the other Sacred Stones units, I'll explain how long it took for me to get them. So Spare Tana, not sure if I want to merge her or use her for attack speed push. Aversa. Naui. One of my 4 Camillas. 4 different types of Camillas. This one is probably the one I used almost the most often because of her high attack and high res. Viorm. Don't really use her. projects and the second unit I use on my arena team. Obviously, I've given him quite a few tools. He's actually not supposed to have Slaying Lance and Ether. He's supposed to have Silver Lance and Ignis. I forgot why I changed it, but with Silver Lance he has more attack. And with Ignis he does a lot more damage. It's basically checkmate if he hits you with Ignis. Okay. The second Sacred Stones character that took forever to show up is Ephraim. And I don't know why. Look at how good I've treated him. I've given him a refine. I've given him a tier 3 special. I've given him a tier 4 A skill. A not super rare, but a very expensive B skill. But I pulled this character 2 years. No, a year and a half after he came out. I have been trying every banner that he's been on to get him, and he only showed up a year and a half after he was released. That's crazy. At least he came with, like, probably the best IVs. Here's my Brave Lucy. Not very good IVs. But, oh well. I don't use her anyway. My regular Azura. My Shiro. My other Shiro that I don't know what to do with. My Eliwood, who was my support unit for a while, because I really like Eliwood, but I don't like this art for Eliwood, for obvious reasons. My Brave Hector, he was my free choice only because I had already summoned the other 3. My Winter Ephraim. I summoned one on the banner when he came out. And again, incredible IVs. Actually, they're the same IVs as the regular Ephraim. And then I pulled this one on the second free seasonal unit banner. I was a little bummed out because I wanted a new unit. But he's still really good for, foddering off. Like, he has 3 incredible skills that I could fodder off. And so, like I said, I plan on giving Bold Fighter 3 to Black Knight. My Winter Robin. Don't use him very often. I don't know why he has Fortress Defense. I didn't put that there. That was an accident. My New Year's Lake Yarn. Not sure why she has chill res, but that's cool. My Camus. I refuse to call him Camus. I don't care what Faye the Owl says. He'll always be Camus to me. My Clive. I've only just finished building him up because he's a bonus unit in Ether raids. My Berkut. A unit that I was really bummed about use her very often. Katria, definitely don't use her, like, ever. And you can kind of tell because her skill set is not the best. I haven't even given her her new weapon. Tana, like I said, Tana shows up a lot. So I've gotten 4 Tanas and 2 Summer Tanas. So she's the only Sacred Stones character that gives me any love. Really happy when she got a refine. Yeah, I used her a lot. She was actually my first character that I supported with for the summoner support back when it first came out. My Vaulter that I don't use ever. My Hanoka. I recently got a spare Hanoka. I think it was on I forget which banner it was. It was one of the new banners. I got up to like 4% and I pulled this Hanoka. And I could not have been more bummed out because Hanoka has like no skills to give to anyone except maybe Brave Lance. My Nasala. My Ninian. My Sleepy Corin. My regular female Corin. My New Year's Ryoma. Me, who I've been meaning to build up a little bit better, because Darting Blow is not really a good skill. But I don't use her often enough to sort of justify that. My Delthea. My Taildew. My Ishtar. I really like the face that Ishtar makes when she's attacking. It's kind of like I'm so done with this face. My Sias. I'm actually on Team Sias right now on the voting gauntlet. Mostly because I don't really have any of the characters on the voting gauntlet except for Soren and Cecilia and Jagan, but I don't have a built Cecilia or Jagan, nor do I want to build them. My Loot, another Sacred Stones characters that didn't show up for a while, and when she did, she had garbage IVs. My Micaiah, or Messiah, I'm not sure. I think it's Micaiah. My Spring Lucy. My Shigure. I really like him just because of the Blue Tome Valor. Like I said, I don't like grinding anymore. My Ophelia. Really happy that I got an Ophelia. My savior, Reinhardt. This dude has won so many battles for me. As you can tell by his SP count, he has killed a lot of people. Like pretty much for every Grand Hero battle or Legendary Hero battle, if I can't win with other units, I just slap Reinhardt on the team and I win. My Ursula. Like I said earlier, I really like the Black Fang, and Ursula was actually one of my favorites, conceptually. I was kind of sad that she doesn't have a bigger part to play in Fire Emblem 7. this time it was kind of up for debate how you say her name. Some people say La Rachel, or like, I don't even remember. Some people had crazy ways to pronounce that, but I really like La Rochelle. It's a nice way to say it. Being another one of my favorite Sacred Stones characters, I've built her up, and I want to get her to plus 10. She might even replace Lucas, I'm not sure. Just because a lot of skills that are coming out now they kind of target units with low res, and that is literally all three of my arena units. They all have low res, so they'd all be targeted. It kind of sucks, which is why I have 2 replacements coming in. My my Bridal Ninian. I use her on my Ether Raids team because she's a dancer and because she has Triangle Adept and is a tome unit. And she has Chill Attack, which is awesome. My Summer Corn. One of my favorite units, like art-wise. The art just looks so premium, I guess is the word. She was minus speed, but thanks for the merging update for fixing that. My Summer Camilla. There's 2 reasons I love this unit. Her high attack and her high speed. Here's my Raven, my only plus 10 unit. Raven is a unit that you can summon at 3-star and 4-star rarity. So, I spent no money getting this unit to plus 10, because I don't even think you can summon a 5-star Raven unless he's on a banner. Super fun to use. He's plus attack. When I give him life and death on his A slot and attack plus 3 on his Sacred Seal slot, he can get up to 70 attack. Plus 6 with some units who can buff him up, so 76 attack is outrageously high, especially if you have 47 speed. It's insane. He's actually insane. My Dorcas, I don't use him too much because he's minus defense, which is a huge bummer. So he takes a lot of damage with only 32 defense and 23 speed. My Hawkeye. My Linus, another one of the Black Fang that I've built up. And he has outrageous stats for a free-to-play unit. My Brave Ike that I haven't built up yet. I want to wait until I have quick riposte so that I can build him up properly. My Summer Tiki. I like this unit again for 2 reasons. Her defense and the fact that she has a watermelon. My Dark Azura was, I pulled my first Azura when she first came out as a unit. Then I pulled another one during a legendary hero summoning event. Kind of bummed out that I got another one, but it was plus attack, so I went with it. And then I got another one for my free seasonal unit on the first seasonal banner, which was okay. Again, I liked those banners because I wanted a new unit. So the fact that I every other event that he's in. Like, I'm so glad that I got Leo to deal with this guy. Leo absolutely annihilates this dude. But before that, he is just so annoying to deal with. My Hector. Took a while to get a Hector. My Valentine's Hector. I like his art better than regular Hectors, but I think I like legendary Hectors the best. This guy has helped me out of a lot of situations too. He's pretty broken. But unfortunately, him and my Valentine's Hector are both minus attack. What are the odds? My Halloween Dorcas. My brave Ephraim. Super happy that I pulled him. I thought that he was going to be super evasive, like regular Ephraim or legendary Ephraim, who still hasn't shown up. My Winter Crom. My Groom Marth. Don't really use him at all. Regular Titania. I usually only use her when a lot of blue units are on a map. My Wallheart. The Lobster himself. Michaelis. He was one of my first Grand Hero battle units that I actually built up on the sole purpose that me and him almost have the same name. If you just get rid of the is at the end and you add an E in there, it's the same name. But Michaelis, Michael, I guess they're far enough apart that I didn't care that much. His sister, Minerva. Not super stoked about this unit. Don't care too much for her. Innis. I really wanted regular Innis, but Summer Innis is pretty cool. My Shershay, or Shersh, however you want to say it. It makes no difference to me how you want to pronounce these names. Really good unit. One of my favorite Awakening characters. My New Year's Azura. This is a unit that I'm building up to kind of replace Raven. Because Camilla has more balanced defenses, so she won't be affected too much by those new skills that target units with low res. Because Camilla doesn't have low res, she has pretty good res actually. So she's at +3. I don't even think I have another Camilla to get her to +4. So she's kind of on the back burner because I don't have any more Camillas to feed. My Fae. I rolled 2 Faes. I think on a banner where Fae wasn't even the focus unit, so that was crazy. My Legendary Lyn. Legendary Lyn was the unit I pulled on the recent banner, the free one, where you essentially got 1 free unit. I'm probably one of the 5 people who rolled a Legendary Lyn and are happy about it. Because, like I said, I like free banners when the units I get are new. I'm not really about, building Shadows of Valentia. I think she's better in that game. In this game, she's so-so. Her speed isn't great, but she's an excellent unit against Reinhardt. My Deirdre. My Julia. My Nino. My Soren, who I've been meaning to give Fury to, but I haven't really found a reason to. So, for a long time, I've wanted to build a Robin, but before Robin got her tactical Gale weapon, there was sort of no reason to. But ever since she got tactical Gale and this Refine, which is absolutely incredible, she has been one of my most used units. I use her in Ether raids as well. Because I used a mixed team, she just buffs the hell out of everybody, and then they just go off. So Legendary Marth has a skill where all of his buffs essentially get doubled. So when Robin buffs Marth +4 to every stat, she's actually buffing him to +8 to every stat, which makes him an absolute monster. My Inigo. I used to use him a lot when Brave Lynn was a problem. But I've sort of gotten higher on the arena list, so I don't really come across her very often. My Azura. My young Azura. Rajat. My Gunthra. Very fun unit to use. I love that she can essentially debuff every stat in one turn and then kill her, or kill the opponent in the same turn. My Olwyn. Valentine's Lilina. Valentine's Mist. The Green Tome Valor. Awesome skill. As I've said before, I don't like grinding. Leanne. I got her when she was a focus unit. And I got the second Leanne when she wasn't a focus unit. I don't know what I'm gonna do with her. I don't know if I'm gonna build her up and then maybe have like a double healing dancer thing, because she automatically heals units that are 2 spaces from her. So having that double healing could be nice. But at the same time, I might just give, what is this, flyer formation away. I don't know yet. My Duma. The only character from that free banner that just came out that I had already. So he was the only one that I was kind of not hoping for. I mean, if I did, then cool. I could maybe build up another armor unit with Bolt Fighter, but I didn't really want that. In order, I wanted Azura. My second pick was Legendary Lyn, and my third pick was Myrrh. Duma was the one he was the only one I didn't really want, because I already had one, with great IVs. My Robin. I don't like using her too much because her stats are just so balanced. She doesn't really specialize in anything. Klein. Use him a lot. He's not really the arrow version of Reinhardt, but he can be. This Rebecca I made is kind of like a troll set. She's sort of meant to debuff unfortunately, with the prevalence of distant counter and mages and everybody, honestly, she doesn't really do that job very well. She can do it, but it's usually at the expense of her life. My New Year's Corrin. Excellent rally bot for defense and res. Oops. My free Takumi. I kept him despite not really liking Takumi as a character. Pineapple Head. My Bravelyn. Don't use her too often because I get really annoyed when other people use Bravelyn in arena or either raids. It's just super, super annoying. My Hanoka. Sadly, she's minus attack, and it kind of shows. It definitely affects her performance. My Legault. Another Black Fang unit. My Kagero. I'm thinking of maybe building up Kagero. I'm not sure yet. I need to find one with either plus speed or plus attack. My New Year's Takumi. My Halloween Sakura. My Winter Cecilia. My Lind. I pulled her on a legendary banner as well. My Ariana Grande. I don't use her too much, but she is like super, super useful. My fourth version of Camilla. Don't use her very often. My Loki. She's actually pretty useful. I don't use her as often as Winter Erica or Lucius or Veronica, but she's still useful. My Jenny or Genny. I don't know how you want to say it. I would say Jenny. Genny sounds like a guinea pig. My Sarah. I actually like Sarah. Even if she is super annoying. She's just a very entertaining character, especially in FE7 when she's annoying the hell out of everybody. My Lucius. Normally I would have Savage Blow 3 on him so that he would just do an insane amount of damage to everybody. My Lissa. I pulled Alyssa very recently. I sort of had no reason to 5-star one, so I didn't. But I got one, and so she's sort of outshined by literally every other healer I have. But, you know, might as well keep her. She had no inheritance to give to anybody. My Winter Erica. Really happy that I got her. She was the 4th version of Erica that I got, meaning now I have every version. Which, as I said, she was my first Fire Emblem Lord, so I wouldn't say it was important to me, but it was just kind of like a nice little bonus, I guess. My Veronica. My Ethlyn. My Nana. Or Nana. I'm pretty sure it's Nana. Nana means grandmother. Priscilla. I don't remember. Oh, okay. So Lucius is the one that has the support with Raven, not Priscilla. And last but not least, my Elise. Elise was like my second 5-star ever in this game. My first 5-star being Camilla. Camilla was actually my very first 5-star. And then as more units came out, I stopped using Camilla. She sort of fell by the wayside, because she wasn't that great. But then they gave her her own axe and an amazing refine. And Camilla's been one of my favorite characters, alongside Leo and pretty much all the merge characters that I have. Are some of my favorites. So for 4 stars, I don't really have anything notable. Here's a La Rochelle I plan on 5-starring to merge with my 5-star one. Here's a Gunther, or Gunter. I say Gunter. That I plus 10. I like Gunter, or Gunther, a lot, but I don't like him enough to 5-star him. I really only use him during Arena Assault if I have space for another unit, but I don't want to waste a good one. So, he's pretty awesome defense. If he can get Ignis charged, it's a checkmate basically, but it's kind of hard for him given that he doesn't have, heavy blade or steady stance. I'm sorry, steady breath. Here's an Arthur that I trained to take care of Effie. Effie was another big problem for my team in Arena Assault. I didn't have too many green units at the time, so Arthur was sort of meant to deal with her. Another unit that I made to deal with Effie and other Blue Lance users. My Frederick. My Leon, plus 10, was meant to deal with Axe Flyers. I don't use him very much, because Klein and Bravelin can sort of always do the job. This is a Kagero, actually, that I would probably use if I started a merge project on her. I'd like to finish at least one merge project before I start on her, though, because currently I have like 6. I have Erica, Black Knight, La Rochelle, Camilla. I feel like I'm missing 1 or 2. But yeah, I think that's already enough for now. Like I said, I don't spend a ton of money, so I can't really afford to summon a whole lot, which means I don't get feathers nearly as fast as the whales do. This is a Roy that I would 5-star if I wanted to build Roy. I've been considering it. The thing is that Legendary Marth sort of deals with dragons better than Roy would. In my opinion, in my playstyle, Marth would just do better. Here's some extra Ericas so I can finish my plus 10. Some spare Lucases. Some Grand Hero Battle units that I didn't build up. And then some of the first units you get when you start playing the game. Yeah. These are some units I either haven't sold or haven't converted to combat manuals, mostly because I don't know if I want to build them or if I want to fodder them for skills. But yeah, this is my barracks. Like I said, I've played every day for the last 2 years and a month. So, it's a pretty good barracks. I like it. I like the units that I have. There's very few units that I don't have that I really want. I have a lot of variety. So when a grand hero battle comes along, I have a couple different ways that I could maybe win. I try not to just use Reinhardt, Klein, Azura, and Leo, but sometimes it just comes down to that. This is a gacha game. I don't want to be playing this game for like 2 hours at a time. Like 30 minutes. 30 minutes is the most I'll spend playing in one sitting. Unless maybe, there's a Tempest trial with a free unit I really want. When Marissa first came out, I played this game for like maybe 4 hours straight, trying to get her. And then after I got her, building her up. And then after building her up, I gave her summoner support, so I had to play a certain amount of matches after that to get her to S support, and it took a long time. But I got it done. And it was almost all for nothing, because now I don't use her at all. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm not sure what other kind of Fire Emblem Heroes content you guys would like to see in ASMR format, but I am planning on playing a little bit more on my gaming channel. Just because my computer doesn't do very well with Smash Bros, and it's been kind of annoying. The reason that I haven't really posted anything on my gaming channel is because this computer kind of sucks. But it seems to be able to handle Fire Emblem Heroes, thankfully. Probably because nothing really moves. So yeah, maybe I'll do like an arena run or something where I answer some questions that you guys might have. And I'll try to make it relaxing. I don't know, arena runs can get kind of tense for me, but I'll try. So, yeah, leave a like, comment any questions you might want me to answer, and please subscribe if you guys want to see more ASMR. I'm going to try and have more water with me next time, so that my voice doesn't have that, like, high-pitched thing that it has. Or maybe I just need to do some vocal exercises, I don't know. I'm not really sure how to whisper in the most ASMR kind of way. But I'll do some experimenting. Okay. Thank you guys for watching.